All right, Grace, now that we're at the end of our session, I have a brief assessment over alcohol usage, and I would just like to ask you some of these questions if that's okay with you. Okay, we're just gonna use this to gauge like your usage and like due to medications and stuff like that.
Okay.
All I ask is that you be truthful with me. All right.
All right.
So I just want to go over what drinks look like. One drink would be 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or 1.5 ounces of liquor, or one shot.
Okay.
All right. How often do you have a drink containing alcohol?
Few times a week.
Okay, two to
Like,
three, 4 to 5.
if we're being real, probably like 4 or 5,
Okay, yeah.
maybe 6. Depends on the day.
Okay. How many drinks containing alcohol do you have on a typical day when you are drinking?
4 or 5.
Okay. How often do you have four or more drinks on one occasion?
I would say like weekly.
Okay. How often during the last year have you failed to do what was normally expected of you because of drinking?
Mm, that doesn't really happen. Maybe like once a month,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
when I had a long night of drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How often during the last year have you needed a first drink in the morning to get yourself going after a heavy drinking session?
that never happens.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
How often during the last year have you had a feeling of guilt or remorse after drinking?
I would say like maybe once a month.
Okay.
If it's a bad week, then I'm gonna feel guilty about it. But
Yeah, of course.
yeah.
How often during the last year have you been unable to remember what happened the night before because of your drinking?
Wait, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, how often during the last year have you been unable to remember what happened the night before because of your drinking?
Mm, there's been a few occasions.
Okay. So like every
Yeah,
month.
maybe like yeah, once a month maybe.
Okay. Have you or someone else been injured because of your drinking?
No.
Okay. Has a relative, friend, doctor, or other healthcare worker ever been concerned about your drinking and suggested that you cut down?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, within the last year?
Yes.
Okay. And have you ever been in treatment or an alcohol, for an alcohol problem?
No.
Okay. Let me tell these up really quickly and see where we're at with that.
Okay.
So you fall under the severe category. And that's okay. Like we're here to help you. This insists that there's an increased risk of health problems that could be really related to alcohol use, and it's a possible moderate to severe alcohol use disorder. Is that shocking to you? How do you feel about that?
Um, I mean, like hearing that it's severe is kind of like,
Mhm.
doesn't really make me feel too good.
Yeah,
But personally, like I don't think it's severe.
right.
Um,
You're also in college, I believe.
I am.
Okay, so that's just kind of an occasional thing that you do with your friends and
Yeah, like maybe like once or twice a week I'll like have a few glasses of wine like by myself
mhm.
just to like relax and maybe take the edge off a little bit. But I wouldn't say it's severe, like in my opinion, but
Okay.
you know.
Well, I would like to refer you to somebody who is an expert in alcohol
hmm
treatment so that you can get a more definitive and in-depth assessment and if you want, then treatment.
Yeah.
Okay, is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine. Sometimes I feel like it is a problem, but
Okay.
it's not to the point where I can't control it. Like sometimes I'll be drinking a lot and then I'll think to myself like, oh, I need to cut back, like maybe I have a
Mhm.
problem, but also if I try, I can control it.
Okay.
Like it's not like I have to have a drink,
Mhm.
but it is a few times a week that I'm like,
Yeah.
I want a drink. Like
Okay.
once I'm home for the day, I'm like, oh, I'll have a glass. But it
Okay.
leads to more. So
Right. Okay. Well, this
yeah.
referral will give you a clearer mind about it, and you can talk more in depth about it with this expert. So
Yeah.
I'll give you that contact, and if you ever need anything from me or you ever have any questions, you can always reach out to me, and I'd be happy to sit back down with you. So I want to thank you for coming in and answering this questionnaire, and if you ever need me, just let me know.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.